Hey all, today we have a special episode. I will show you a game that I played against Viktor, and I will get in depth with how I play the dagger focused Arakni build. This build is very strong, has good game into most heroes. I think the hardest matchup still is Florian, even though since the Scepter ban, it's not at all cursed. I would say maybe 40%, maybe 45, maybe 50-50. It's a real game now, and Viktor, in my opinion, previously was also not an auto win or an auto loss. It's a game you need to play, but the more confident I get with my dagger play, the better my results were, and I want to show this off. It's a special two-part series because we have this game today, and tomorrow I have another episode where I'm also going through the lines with the rematch of this particular matchup. So let's jump right into the game. For some reason the game already started here. Let's go back to the beginning. So we win the die roll. We choose to go first. We apply our settings. So what we don't play is Art of Desire Body as a red stealth attack with little effect. We don't board in too many D-reacts and our wage gold poppers. We also don't play, this is mostly for Prism and Nu, where we really need to fat deck to have still synergy to discard for the agents. So notably, a couple things we always need to keep in mind. If we roll into trapdoor, we have one trap. That's Den. That has an effect here. The other ones most likely don't have an effect, and I really want to go aggressive. I choose to go first. We play the Schism of Chaos as well. So why do I choose to go first? Yeah, vibes, I guess. No, in all seriousness, I think they can set up a little bit, and we don't want that. And at the same time, I'm trying out going first a bit more, because having Chelicera on my terms is pretty good, and maybe I can strip cards from hand. And I think we were going to see this, so let's jump right into the game. So here's our opening hand. Leave no witnesses, Codex of Frailty, Saber Bloodshed, Orb Weaver, Spinneret. So we already can set up our own Chelicera here, which is awesome. So we need to attack with a Clave, flick a knife, and since we Orb Weaver Spinneret, we also want to come with a Chelicera. So that's pretty easy going. So it's Saber into Clave, flick, Spinneret, pitch, leave no witnesses. Sadly, no arsenal, but we are pretty set up. So, and I think that's what I'm going to do for getting the front buff. So Saver brings it to 5. 5 is an awkward breakpoint, arguably the most awkward breakpoint to block, especially for a Viktor who mostly runs 3 blocks, so they tend to overblock. So we flick to mark, then we equip Chelicera, and we come in for another 5, buffed by 1 from Arakni Marionette. So what the point here being, they are marked right now, so if they block it only like this, I leak 2, I'm fine with that, you know. They starting at 37 is fine by me, keeping 1 card in hand. They probably should block here, and then I have them marked, which is also beneficial for us. So maybe they give us the last card, and they do. 1 Golden Sun out of the deck. That's a high power card. We're happy to see it go. So now they are marked, and we roll into we're trapdoor. We know we play 1 trap right now, so absolutely fine to banish. There's a case where we know there's nothing to banish. We can maybe still banish a blue, in this case maybe a blue Chelicera, because we already are set up. Sorry, a blue Orb Weaver, just to fake out the opponent, to make them think we have it. But that's a big brain play. And here it comes in clutch. So we banish a card. We can block mask. And depending on what our hand looks like, we have a really strong turn. Block for 5 for free. And we see Kiss of Death here. So let's pause. This hand, without seeing what the opponent is doing, looks like we do want to block Mask of Deceit to transform into Black Widow, because we have Kiss of Death in hand. My heuristic here is we just play it the first time we can. Because we're already set up, we can really gain momentum here, grab the tempo and push damage going forward, strip cards out of opponent's hand, make them block so they can't play their game so efficiently. We're not really disrupting that much, but we're pushing so much damage and they need to block. So that's the play we're thinking of. Saber Bloodshed accompanying that really well. We need to pitch a card after to come with any dagger and flick the Kiss of Death, and we need one to discard. So ideally we only block mask, because then we have a blue for the 2 daggers and we can discard the shred, front pumping Kiss of Death with Saber. That's what it looks like. Let's see what they're coming with. They have a full grip, but they just drew up, right? They drew 4 absolute random cards. They play Crush the Weak. So Crush the Weak is interesting because we need to block 5 for it to not... The crush effect is relevant here. We couldn't attack with Kiss of Death if we're crushed, so we need to block mask. Thankfully we have the Den of the Spider. So that's the 5, leaking 2. That's the play we can do. Are we afraid they have a natural pummel in hand? Might be. The odds are against it, but we could play it safe. Also blocking additional card. That would be the shred, but then it means we need to discard the Saber Bloodshed to the Black Widow. So it's making our turn a bit worse, but if they pummel us, we can't play our line. And yeah, I think I'm gonna play it safe here. I think... I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we have to do that. We have the Den now, so we're covering up 8 on 7. They don't have the pummel. And then we're a bit sad. But again, we still have a good turn. Unfortunately, we really need to discard the Saber now. It's very sad to see that go. But let's see if they know about our combo line yet and how they interact with that. So they block 3. Also, we don't know how defensive this list is, to be honest. So we play the combo, go again, into discard. So let's see if they have a D-react. They have a sink in hand. Alright, are they sinking? No. Okay, so not hitting, but we have a follow-up. So Chelicera first because they're marked, because it has go again. And then Clave after that, so we can flick here. They really should... No, I mean, no. I wanted to say they should be blocking here, but no, they're losing a card and then they lose the last card. Maybe because they want to not be marked again. Let's see. It all depends what they have in hand. So Cranial Crush gets discarded or banished. And then let's mark them again. Good to be marked when we are base form. No reaction. Oh, they undid. So they do want to give us the last card. So mission accomplished. Opponent has no hands, no card in hands anymore. Even though We could have had a much more impressive turn if we wouldn't have blocked with a shred and kept the Saber Bloodshed in hand. Arguably, I mean, in hindsight, it was a misplay, but if they had the pummel, oof, we would be really in a bad spot. So opponent just passes back, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Now we have all the tempo in the world, and we thankfully drew a favorable hand with some dagger buffs. Let's see how we play it out. So first we check what they have in hand. Golden Sun, Disable, Debilitate, and Thunk. So 3 blues and the Golden Sun plus Arsenal. We're just here to push damage. So coming in with Clave first, I assume, because they're not marked. And we just do that play. Clave into Chelicera. Maybe put the Tarantula Toxin if they respect it. We could shred here. Mark them, gives us 1 value on the Chelicera. So shred effectively doing 4. And that's kind of our goal, to maximize or to get cards from 3 to 4 or more. And now, so they don't block, and I will not deploy the Tarantula Toxin here, even though there is a good chance they play Command and Conquer. They definitely have it in the list. Why I'm doing it is I really want to maximize the value of that card. It's either 3 or 6, so we like 6 more. And we're not killing them, so that's why I will be happily arsenaling the Tarantula Toxin. Alright. Opponent, 3-card hand. They do have a Command and Conquer. Let's look at that. And they're signaling a pummel. They have a tunic counter, 1 floating. Yuck. So what are we doing? What do we even have? To the point, under the trapdoor, persuasive, Weaver Spinneret. So we don't have a good hand. We have a blue to play 2 daggers. Maybe a to the point for 4 or for 3. And maybe the Tarantula Toxin. So we have a tunic counter. So we always can just play Graphene with the tunic counter and deploy the to the point to it and the Tarantula Toxin to push damage. So we can block 2 cards, 2 blues, and in case they have a pummel, we discard the other one. And we lose the Tarantula Toxin, but we can't overblock here. So what are we blocking? Trapdoor, Spinneret. Trapdoor is interesting because we already have the trap in graveyard. So I mean, we play. How many do we play? At least 1 more. Maybe we would want to keep it in deck over persuasive. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. So let's see if they have the pummel. They don't have the pummel. Happy camper. Nice. So this hand is bread and butter dagger play. Pitch the blue for Hunter's Clave, the 1 for Graphene Chelicera. If we have an opportunity to... So the to the point we will play on this chain link if we can mark, because then we get a point of value out of it no matter what. If they choose to not block it, we keep it for the next attack, because then we mark +1 from Arakni on the Chelicera, +1 because they marked for to the point. So we just let it go. That's maximizing our hand here once more. So essentially gaining 2 value because they didn't block this. So mark here is 2 value, 2 points. It's huge. Much recently, Tao Tao Chu was talking about how Mark is 1.5 value. This turn it was 2, so don't underestimate the power of Mark. In base form, that is. Okay, so they have a sink. And that's great for us. They have a sink, we have a Tarantula Toxin, deny you 3 value out of your 4, getting 6 value out of our card. Man. And look at our life totals. We didn't lose life yet, so we're 40. We're really pressing. We're the beatdown right now, or generally speaking, in that matchup, even though we started the game, right? I mean, they drew a bit of a clunky first hand there, maybe, but still. So we're pushing lots of damage here. They take 8. So we're 17 points up. That's really good. Eventually, they will have good turns. They will push some damage. Maybe some crush effect stuff we don't care about, right? Even Golden Sun is just damage. We can play with our life totals a bit to keep a hand to push even more. We probably have more damage, more average value in our hands than they have. They gain value from blocking, so they didn't block yet. What they are doing? They're pitching too much Grande for a Cranial Crush. Cranial Crush effect. Yes, we need to read it. I can't draw cards. I have no means to draw cards here, so we don't care about this crush effect, and that's what I'm talking about. And it's just 8 damage. We could just take it. Let's see what our hand looks like even. Dagger buff, potentially a dagger buff, and Leave No Witnesses. Leave No Witnesses is really good in graveyard for codex plays. And it blocks 3. So we could insulate, we can block 3, we have the tunic up. They're not marked though. And we have no resource cards. That's a bit of a struggle, right? So we can't mark them, so stains will never be free. So there's an argument of just blocking 6, preserving some life total, and then deploying the both front buffs and come in for Chelicera for 9. So that's a 15 turn cycle, 15 point turn cycle. That's above average, so we're happy about that. And I think that makes sense. The stains, the Leave No. Uh-oh, are we not blocking here? I just wanted to say, over the time, I learned to be a bit more conservative, to block a bit more, preserve life total. If it's always better to block, no, that's not universally true, but it's good to not play so much for Arsenal. We could have Arsenaled any of these cards, right? And just take 5. But getting the value in the turn cycle, there's merit to that. So what is their hand? Buckling Blow, Chokeslam Red, they have a Goldmane estate, so danger. They create some might soon, and they have an Arsenal. But we come for 9. 9 is good, they're on 23. That's what I'm talking about. If we push, we make them interact with us. If they just take all of this damage, they're dead soon, right? So they start blocking with equipment now. That's still... They probably want to... So what are we having? They probably want to play the Goldmane estate plus something. That makes sense. That's one of their power turns, drawing a card, creating some golden mind. Yep. 2 floating, they can come with the Chokeslam. No? Play Tunic first, then play the Chokeslam. Pitching a trance, so take note of that. Let's see, Chokeslam. Attack action cards they control can't gain attack power during the next action phase. Thankfully, we play a dagger build, so we don't really care about this crush effect. So we treat this as this is only damage. There's no pummel inside here. So what is our hand? Persuasive, Bonds of Agony, no way these guys get played. These are resource cards. Incision, Command and Conquer. So that's a bit of a stinker. they keep the arsenal, so we certainly want to prioritize playing the Command and Conquer. Tunic is not up, so there's no play. So we can block 6, maybe park the Incision in arsenal and play. Oh, sorry, no. We need to block the Incision and, let's say, Bonds, and then pitch Persuasive for Command and Conquer. Bread and butter. Fab 1.0 play. It's putting pressure on. Maybe we draw some equipment from it. Oh, so we don't block at all. Is our plan here. So that's interesting, isn't it? So what are the options now? So we took 8. We're down to 30 now. So life gets a bit closer. We're still 11 points ahead. And looks like Past Me really saw an opportunity here to push some damage and deploy the Command and Conquer. So we have 2 blues. So that's Dagger, Incision, Dagger, CNC. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's the line. Not as much value. So, and we give them Trounce. I mean, we would have given them Trounce anyways. And we lose it. So I always say Viktor is dangerous if they start winning the Trounces. So we do mark them. Now we can come in for free. We took a card, but they got the card back. Overall, oh god, not another Trounce. And they just pitched the other, so at least that's not to worry about. Okay, we lost the Trounce, the Trounce again, and then they won again, right? But they are marked. They might be blocking out the Command and Conquer now, which honestly is still fine. Then they have a 2-card hand. Maybe they put equipment in front. They have 3, so Aegis and the hands. There's a card. Yep. That's what they do. 3-card hand. Honestly, see how they block it. Oh no, they give us pummel plus the shield. Honestly, it's even better for me. Not unhappy about this exchange, to be honest. Keep them on a low. So here, finish the thought. Keep them on a low hand size is good. Just see that. Should remember the game state, right? They have a 5 might, so they're probably just folding the Titan's Fist or have another Command Conquer, so it might hurt. Trapdoor. We don't have a trap. And here we also don't fake out. They're playing this Command and Conquer, this huge Command and Conquer. So 11. If you take 11, we're on 19. Life total, more or less even. That's why we did it. They're on 18. We have a hand that can convert a lot of surprise damage or damage in reaction speed. So taking a risk here of just not blocking is fine. We can't even stop it. We can conserve some life. But right now, we are zoning in on we want to kill our opponent soon. So what we do is dagger and deploy the stains of the redback on the Chelicera. Oh, they are already marked. Even better, I also didn't notice. So they are marked. We play the stains here and the scar tissue. Right? We can just put everything. If they don't have direct, they eat a lot of damage. They could do Flexos, and if they give us Flexos here, man, sure, I'm happy about that. So that's what I meant, like this attack reaction damage, really hard to see, and they give us a card. Makes sense, but they stay marked, so whatever, bro. And they're down to 8. Now, more than ever, we want to push. And they play another Crush the Weak. Our hand looks like the Crush effect don't matter to us. They leave no witnesses. Is a bit awkward. Tunic ticks up to 3. So we can play Chelicera and Command and Conquer. And we could block here with the leave no witnesses, for example. To not take all of that damage. They might have a pummel, because they have 2 cards left. So maybe we decide to no block. We're certainly going to play the Command and Conquer. So we do deploy the leave no witnesses for defense. If they pummel us here, we can discard the scar tissue and just play the Command and Conquer. They don't have the pummel, which is great. So 8 to 15, our turn, and we could do Chelicera, put the scar tissue on top. So that's 5 damage there on 3. Okay, that's a bit annoying. So scar tissue losing value here. Because they're on 8, let's pause for a second. Because they're on 8, I think I deploy, you want to push. I think you want to push. So we can actually end this game soon. So this is turn 8. They put the Flexors. Honestly, love to see it. Do I love to see it? Actually, I'm not sure if Flexors can be used against Command and Conquer. Guess we'll find out. Golden Sun for the block. Yup. A good one. 2C go. Remember, we are also only on 15 now. Spinal Crush. So they block clean. Flexors. Got 2 value here. Not so much, huh? So let's take stock of what's going on. Opponent 2-card hand, Tunic up. We just transformed into Black Widow. Oh man, and we drew a gas hand, a blue, and 2 front pumps and the Tarantula Toxin. And the Tunic is up. So we can essentially, they can't kill us here, I'm pretty sure. So we just keep the hand and maybe end the game here by Tunic, like front pump, Tunic, Chelicera, discard to Black Widow, Tarantula Toxin very late to deny their block value. And that might seal the deal. Or at least it takes a lot of cards from their hand. So let's see what's going on. Golden Sun. Golden Sun at this point. 10 damage. 10 damage and that's it. As I said, they can't kill us. So if you can't kill me, I will kill you. I mean, what's our options here? We can not use Black Widow and block 3, take 7, but we're still at 5. It's not healthy by any amount, but I don't think they have the luxury anymore to keep like many cards to also deploy the Goldmane estate. They are already marked, so we also threaten a card draw here. We should probably flick a dagger as well. Flexus is already out, so they have 4 cards. So they block 6, 8, plus the hand, the arms. Okay. if the last card in hand is a D-React, we're a bit sad. Oh, they choose to block differently. Because we take the last card anyways. It's Rouse the Ancients, it's the last card. So they put the whole hand here. Clash, we win. No, nobody wins. Yeah, we get 6 value out of Tarantula Toxin. Six damage. That's 9 damage. And that's game. Yeah, that's how it goes. From 8. Yeah, so that's a game. Couple of spots where we, in hindsight, made a questionable decision, but it worked out for us in the end. This was 9 turns, full damage. Let's see if we find the stats, the value stats real quick. Oopsie. We see that here. Yep. Hey, stop it. There we go. 10.38 per turn, but the last turn, I don't know, it's affecting it, so it's a bit higher, so it's 11 point something. Not so great, not so strong as we've seen before, but great showing. Cool, good bread and butter lines. We saw the combo with Kiss of Death. We saw a great play with transforming into Trapdoor, getting the trap, blocking with our head, and then making 5 value out of that. Transforming into Black Widow, we deployed Chelicera turn 0. So many things went our way here. Notably, I think we didn't see... Did we see codexes? Or many codexes? That's still left in our deck. So we have good stuff going on. I think this was a great showcase how you can attack this Guardian gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, please down below. And as I said initially, stay tuned for the next game. We have the rematch coming up, gonna be tomorrow on this channel. See you then.